Have you ever met someone who smiles a little too easily, laughs a little too quickly, and says, "I'm fine," before you even finish asking how they are? They look like the kind of person who has it all together, calm, friendly, maybe even admired. But inside, they are quietly falling apart. This is the story of the people who pretend to be okay, the ones who hide their storms behind polite smiles and quiet nods, the ones who carry invisible battles no one ever sees. It starts early for most of them. They learn, often as children, that showing pain only leads to more pain. Maybe they grew up in a house where emotions were dismissed, where crying made people uncomfortable, where sadness was weakness and silence was safer. So they built a mask, a calm, composed, "I can handle it" version of themselves. It becomes their shield, their way of surviving a world that doesn't know what to do with broken people. But the longer they wear it, the harder it becomes to take it off. They become experts in pretending. You'll never see the tears because they already cried last night. You will never see the cracks because they've learned how to cover them up before sunrise. They reply to messages like, "Yeah, I'm doing great," but in truth, their mind is a battlefield. Quiet, heavy, exhausting. They go to work, they smile at strangers, they laugh at jokes. But every laugh feels slightly delayed, like they're trying to remember what joy is supposed to sound like. At night, their thoughts come alive. The memories they pushed away, the questions they can't answer, the fears they can't name. Pretending to be okay takes energy. It's like holding your breath all day long. And by the time they're alone, they exhale in silence. Some scroll endlessly through their phone, not to connect but to escape. Some lie in bed staring at the ceiling, waiting for the weight in their chest to dissolve into sleep. But it doesn't. Because the truth is, when you pretend for too long, your emotions don't disappear. They just go deeper. And that's the tragedy of emotional suppression. You don't erase the pain. You just teach it how to hide better. People who pretend to be okay are not liars. They're protectors of themselves and sometimes of others. They fear being a burden. They fear being misunderstood. They fear hearing someone say, "Just get over it." So they smile instead. They make jokes. They keep conversations light. They hold everyone else together while quietly falling apart inside. And if you ever see that flicker in their eyes, that tiny moment where the mask slips, you'll know. You'll see a storm that's been waiting for years to be acknowledged. Eventually, pretending becomes too heavy. The mask begins to crack. It might happen suddenly. A quiet breakdown after one small argument, or slowly, over months of feeling unseen, unheard, exhausted. They might disappear for a while, stop replying, stop showing up, and people will say they've changed. But no, they didn't change. They just ran out of strength to act fine. And in that silence, they begin to face the truth. Inside the mind of someone who pretends to be okay, there's constant negotiation. A voice that says, "Don't cry, they won't understand. Don't talk about it, you'll scare them away. Don't rest, people might think you're lazy." It's not just sadness. It's guilt, shame, self-blame, tangled together in invisible threads. They want to reach out, but they also want to disappear. They want help, but they don't want to explain everything again. So they say the safest sentence they know, "I'm okay." But here's something beautiful. Even the strongest masks eventually fall, not because they fail, but because they're no longer needed. One day they find someone who listens, who doesn't try to fix them, just sits beside them, who understands that sometimes silence is the loudest cry for help. And slowly, piece by piece, they start being honest again. They say things like, "I'm tired. I don't know what's wrong. I just need a break." And that is where healing begins. So if you're watching this and pretending to be okay, I see you. You don't have to keep performing strength. You don't have to hide your exhaustion. You don't have to smile through pain. It's okay to pause. It's okay to feel. It's okay to not be okay. Because the moment you stop pretending, the world finally has a chance to meet the real you. And you'll realize something powerful. You were never weak for breaking. You were only human for trying so hard to hold it all together. Be gentle with yourself. You've been pretending long enough.